Hey guys, what's going on? Flipataku, and today I'm doing my manga review for Battle Royale. You guys voted for this. I put up a poll on my YouTube channel between two Tokyo Pop titles, Priest and Battle Royale. You guys voted for Battle Royale by a landslide, over 100 votes, so thank you guys so much for voting, and let's get into this. This is a manga adaptation of a novel, and it's actually, this manga is written by the same guy who wrote the original Battle Royale novel, which is also the basis for the film that is a pretty wide hit. So it is written by Kojin Takami and it is illustrated by Masayuki Taguchi. And I really want to dive in to see what else Taguchi has done because his illustrations are amazing. His character designs are really good. There's a little bit of a weird contrast because he draws like the big, like the big anime eyes in some scenes, and there's a lot of violence happening. But overall, his character designs are great. His detail on the gore is just, it's a little too much at times. You see people get headshotted and their eyeballs are coming out. You see the eyeballs exploding, the brains coming out of the back. It's a little too much, but it's pretty awesome. Now reading this though a second time, I don't know if it's because I'm more mature in my manga reading experience. It's because I've read so many more titles since then. I found a lot of inconsistencies, and then doing research on this series, I found out that it's because the English translation by Keith Giffen is actually pretty bad. So the whole Battle Royale is a TV show thing that's in this manga wasn't in the original novel. He changed that himself, and there's also some inconsistencies with the time period. You know, you hear 2007, far future, then you hear 2009 later on. So there's a lot of plot holes and a lot of loopholes in this that you kind of, if you are a stickler for details, might drive you nuts. But if you're pretty lenient with that stuff and just go in and just know, hey, there's some inconsistencies in this manga, you'll be fine. But Battle Royale takes 42 students that are, I believe, in the 9th grade. So they're all pretty young, and they put them on an island where they have to battle to the death. And these kids all know each other. So they're all, friends, and, of course, some of them hate each other, but you're asking these 13, 14-year-olds to just murder each other. And they're wearing these collars where if they, after 24 hours, if nobody is killed, their collars will explode their heads, and everyone will die. And like I said, it's broadcasted on live television, so everyone's families are viewing this, horrible stuff happening to them. Also, 42 students is a lot. It doesn't really dive into each of them. It does dive into a lot of the students' backgrounds, though. And almost all of them are just tragic. And kind of, after reading so many backstories that are just god-awful, not god-awful, like, poorly written, but, like, god-awful, like, I can't believe that's happening to that kid, to that child, it dragged on a little bit. I feel like this could have been condensed into, like, 10 volumes, if you cut out a lot of those backstories, because a lot of those backstories are just used right before a character, like, dies, so you don't really need it. But it is, if you do want, like, the whole world experience, the whole world building experience, even though there's a few plot holes, it does a decent job of that. But Shinji is our main character, Shinji. And at first I hated him because he's very whiny at the very beginning. He's very much crying and yelling all the time when you shouldn't be yelling. You should be, looking out for yourself and trying to save yourself. But at the end, he redeems himself by the end, and I really, really like him. The main villain is a badass. The supporting characters are really good. There's a girl who uses her sexuality to lure people in and then just kills them brutally. She's a psychopath. But then again, after you read all that, you step back and you're like, these are 14-year-olds. Like, what was I doing at 14? I don't think I could be murdering my classmates at 14. It's just brutal. The artwork is phenomenal. I am holding the last volume here. I'll just show you a picture of the gun. Here's a picture of a gun. Like, you can just tell that the artwork is just phenomenal. And I love the artwork. The artwork is probably the strongest point in this. The action scenes are definitely one of the strongest points as well. The translation does get on my nerves a little bit, not just for the plot holes, but because of the way it's written. These characters are just, I can't really explain it. They're just kind of annoying. And it's, from what I understand, it's from the English translation. But here's the thing. Would I recommend this? Yes and no. So this is out of print. This is super out of print. Even the singles are going for a lot. There's 5 volume hardcovers that are very nice. I don't own them, but these singles are also severely out of print and go for a lot. So if this was something that was in print and readily available to everybody, I would say absolutely go pick it up. It is a joy to read, especially for the first time. It's a awesome read. A lot of gore. If you love action seinen, very gritty seinen, then you're gonna like this. But because of the price, I would say just go ahead and skip. It's not the end of the world. It's not that great of a series that you need to be spending 150, 200, 250 bucks on. Definitely save that for other out of print series if you do have that kind of cash. But overall, like I said, the first time I read this, I loved it. Second time, I found a lot of inconsistencies, and then doing research and going on forums, it turns out it's the English translation, which is the problem. But again, overall, solid choice. If I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. I think it's like I said, it's a solid manga. Check it out if you want to, and I think that's all my opinions on it. This is one of the series where I could go into each character, but most of them die, and I don't want to name names, and I don't want to go into like why I love them. But my favorite character does die in the manga. I was a little disappointed in that, but anyways, guys, I'm Flip and if you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I put out 2 videos a week. I will be doing an anime review this week, and also probably another manga review. I'm gonna try to knock one out of the park real quick. I'll probably put up a poll today, seeing what series you guys want me to review. I'm gonna do a short series. So, anyways, guys, I'm Flip. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.